I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
What?
It's a daddy day camp.
Since when do you know how to run a camp?
This way I can spend as much time with Ben as possible.
If you thought daddy daycare was fun,
What's his problem?
Oh.
get ready to go wild.
No, back! Oh!
Cuba Gooding Jr.
What else could go wrong? No, please.
You're gonna need more toilet paper.
Daddy Daycare. Rated PG. Opens everywhere Wednesday.
Matt, once again, welcome back to another video, and this is another paid request, this time from Ryan. Thank you so much for that. For those who want to send in pretty much any type of requests, you can send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. It could be for pretty much anything, review or topic or re-review or anything in between wise. Daddy Day Camp. You know what's sad is this ain't even one of the worst movies I've seen this month. Month hasn't even started. I know. That's what's sad. This is directed by Fred Savage. Yes, the same Fred Savage who starred in The Wonder Years. Who, the last time we saw him was when they did that PG-13 Deadpool thing called Once Upon a Deadpool. And he's popped up in other movies. I mean, he was the star of The Wizard back in the day, where his younger brother was really into video games and played Super Mario Bros. 3 for the first time and somehow knew where the fucking secrets were because he must have cheated. Must have had cheat codes implanted in his brain. It's one thing to be good at video games, another to, yeah, I just know where the warp whistles are. Just fucking cheater. I still think that kid was a cheater, but anyway. The Wizard is still a better movie than this. Way, way, way better. Fred Savage, this was the first film he directed. I don't know if it's the only film he directed. It might as well have been, because this was awful. Fuck you doing, Fred? And yes, it is the same Fred Savage, because there's interviews. If you type in Daddy Day Camp interview, you'll see, yep, it's the Fred Savage. It's a long way from The Wonder Years. And why would your directorial debut be this movie? Maybe I think of Fred Savage is on a higher status than maybe he himself does. Long Way from the Princess Bride, which he was in, of course, and they parody and Once Upon a Deadpool. All stuff I want to talk more than this movie. Now, this is a sequel to the Eddie Murphy film Daddy Daycare. Now, Daddy Daycare, I'll be honest, I liked. I think I saw that in the theater when it came out in 2003, and being a guy that's not really huge on Eddie Murphy's family films, I actually think that's one of his better family films, because I thought, for what it is, with its flaws, there was certain sweetness to it, and there's certain lightheartedness to it, with Eddie Murphy and Jeff Garlin and Steve Zahn, and I thought Eddie Murphy actually wasn't that bad. Yes, he played yet again another workaholic dad. And I do that because that's such a cliche in so many Eddie Murphy family films. Because he was a workaholic dad who has no time for his family. In Dr. Dolittle, to a point. He did that in The Haunted Mansion. He did that in a film called 1,000 Words. Here, at least, he's on that route, but he seems like not as much of an asshole of a character. Like, he just wants to do well with his family, and he wants to get in touch with his kid, and the little boy who played his kid did a good job. He was cute, as in they worked well together as father and son. The kid wasn't irritating or annoying. The father wasn't... I didn't think Eddie Murphy in that film was doing stuff that would be like, oh, fuck, man. It's like, this guy's trying his best, and he wants what's best for his son, and that's why he takes on this daddy daycare idea, because he gets fired, he's depressed, he wants to do this so his son can make friends. It's not a son who hates his dad, like so many of these type of movies were. I mean, okay, again, it has flaws, not all the humor works. The kid who's always wearing the Flash outfit, he burps up bubbles. Yeah, it was burping up. I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, Daddy Daycare I thought was a lighthearted, fun romp for what it is. A decent film. I liked it. This movie, you might as well call this Meatballs 5. It fucking sucked. You know what, I shouldn't even say that, because the first Meatballs is actually a good, fun movie with Bill Murray. But then, sequels went downhill. If you change this to Meatballs 5, no one would Meatballs 5, the new generation. No one would tell the fucking difference. Now, Cuba Gooding Jr. is in the film, and he's playing the Eddie Murphy part. I thought he was playing a different character. No, he's playing the Eddie Murphy part. And then they couldn't even get Jeff Garlin, the bigger, buddy of Eddie Murphy, his character. They did another guy. So they did like a Jeff Garlin wannabe. And even Steve Zahn, like, no one came back for this. And this film went to theaters. I thought this was a straight-to-video, straight-to-DVD. No, they were thinking of putting it straight to DVD, but it went to theaters. And I think it actually made a little bit of a profit, because it cost $6 million. It made about $13 million in the U.S. Little bit, so maybe broke even, but even that's more than this fucking film deserves. Just a 3.79 to B, which makes sense. And he did a lazy, tired script. It's a camp. You know what happens during the camp? Things screw up. People trying to learn lessons. The son. One of the things I liked about the first film, they do it in this, where the son, my dad is uncool, and his grandpa, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s dad's like, hey, your dad's actually a pretty cool guy. Again, that cliches, honestly, can be fine quite a few times. Many films we love, they deal with cliches. As in, they deal with a pattern you can see coming a mile away. But it's, when people complain about cliches, including myself, if they're handled with either fun action, entertaining characters, or actors you like because of their charisma, or their presence, or just their identity as someone you just want to witness and watch this person perform. If it's a comedy, if the jokes work, it could be a cliche film, but if it's funny, you go along with it. That's the thing. I think many of us are okay with cliches, but when a movie is such a lazy, uninspired, pointless, unfunny sequel, stuff that you would normally be fine with becomes even more amplified, because it's like, I got nothing to work with. I got no laughs out of a comedy. I don't give a shit about any of the characters. The kids are annoying as fuck. Cuba Gooding Jr., I like him as an actor, but he pitched so many horrible roles. That's why his career just went, after winning an Oscar, which I don't think he deserved for Jerry Maguire. He was good in the film, but Oscar caliber performance? No. Again, he was fine in Jerry Maguire, but it wasn't an Oscar-worthy role. Sorry, that's not how I see it. Tim Robbins did Jacob's Ladder. He didn't get shit. Just John Cho did this film called Searching. And look at the Blu-ray here. John Cho, that's a fantastic performance. He didn't get anything, but because Cuba Gooding Jr. said, "Show me the money, show me the money, show me the money," then that's an Oscar. And I like Cuba Gooding Jr. I even liked Chill Factor, which most people hated. It's not a fantastic movie, but I had fun with it. Fun, diverting time waster, Chill Factor. But then you had Boat Trip. You remember Boat Trip? If you don't, good on you. That's when, oh my god, we got on a boat, and accidentally it's a gay boat. So, oh my god, we're mixing with a bunch of gay people. It's hilarious, because we got on the wrong boat. And now I have to pretend I'm gay because I like this girl who works with the crew. Boat Trip. Man. Radio. Sorry, I'm not a fan of Radio. That's Cuba Gooding Jr. trying hard to get another Oscar. I'm like, Forrest Gump did this better. Other movies kind of did this better, what you're trying to do. Rain Man, all this is like, nah, this just isn't working. Not for me, at least. And that's just seemed like, I want to do this because I want another Oscar, and that didn't work out. But getting back to this. I mean, it begins with a girl pulled down a cake because she's a little shit. A kid is pissing in a power plant with his bare ass to the camera, and he's scratching his bare ass. Oh, that's great. 5 minutes in, I watch a little kid's bare ass being scratched while he's pissing in a potted plant. Alright, Fred Savage. Thank God your directorial debut is this. First 5 minutes. Oh, all these kids are going... I'm like, so... Number one, I don't need to see a kid's bare ass and him piss in a potted plant. Never needed to see it in my life. I could go through my entire life not seeing shit like that. Number two... Cuba Gooding Jr. is playing the Eddie Murphy role. Apparently he learned nothing character-wise from the first movie. Because all these kids going haywire. It's like, again, it's been years. They established it's been years since the first movie. You think things would have been learned? No, apparently not. So, one thing leads to another. He tells about this past he's had where... he was in these Olympics in which you're in a camp, there's another camp. How many times have we seen this before? There's a camp, at the end of the camp movie, there's the Olympic, some competition where one face off against the other and the underdogs win. Just go watch Meatballs with Bill Murray. Hell, go watch Ernest Goes to Camp. Go watch plenty of other films about camping that are goofy, silly comedies, and they're funnier than this. I probably even give the Meatball sequels over this. Does this... Anyway. Hey, let's take the kids to a camp. They pass by this good-looking camp. Of course, that's not going to be their camp. So, no, the camp that Cuba Gooding Jr. went to as a kid, it's a rundown piece of shit camp. Is ready to be sold to a bully that embarrassed Cuba Gooding Jr. in the past, and that bully is grown up now, played by Lachlan Monroe. Lachlan Monroe, he was one of the actors in the first Scary Movie. In the first Scary Movie, he was the jock who, oh, my dick is little. He was also a cop in Freddy vs. Jason. He's the cop who Jason grabs and forces and electrocutes. That's Lachlan Monroe. He's been in other stuff too. And he's very buddy-eyed and overeater and just being completely over the top. It's funny, I saw a review and they mentioned it's like him trying to do Gary Busey, like crazy Gary Busey. And I can see that, only it's even if it was Gary Busey, well, I would just watch Black Sheep with Chris Farley if I want to see Gary Busey in a crazy role. But this is Lachlan Monroe. He's just being very over the top, buddy-eyed. Yeah, just hyperactive, high on sugar, cocaine, or both. I don't know. So because Cuba Gooding Jr., oh my god, this bully who picked on me when I was a kid and I lost a competition to him as a kid, he wants to buy this. I'm going to put all this money, buy this camp, even though your house could be fucking foreclosed, which his house almost gets foreclosed because of this. And the wife is like, if you think you could do it, I'm like, more like, fuck you. We got the prenup, 50-50. Go watch Eddie Murphy's Raw to know what I mean. Johnny Carson, 50-50. But no, that's not what they do here. So he buys the camp because the asshole wants it. And the guy, I think it's Brian Doyle Murray, who's related to Bill Murray, speaking of meatballs. And Brian Doyle Murray, you see him in a lot of stuff. He was the arcade owner in Wayne's World, which Mike Myers makes fun of and has all these signs to make fun of him. He's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, you look him up, Brian Doyle Murray. It's like, oh shit, I've seen him in a ton of stuff. And I guess Cuba Gooding Jr. thought he was going to work the camp. He's like, no, fuck you and bye. Thank you, fuck you, bye. Leaves. So now, Cuba Gooding Jr., his acting is, I would go meh. Because you could say he's trying, and that rationale, yeah, he's trying, but either he wasn't the right fit for this role, or the script and direction just could not help him at all. I wouldn't say he was sleepwalking, it's just, he can't work around this. And as much as I like Cuba, he's no Eddie Murphy. He's just not. And funny enough, Eddie Murphy the same year did Norbit, which Cuba Gooding Jr. had a cameo in. So, go figure. Someone's going to ask, which do you like better, this or Norbit? That's like asking me, which do you want to get, shot or stabbed? I want neither. I wouldn't like to neither be shot nor stabbed. Neither one. So him and the Jeff Garlin wannabe, they own the camp now. They gotta fix it up. Oh, the bathroom needs fixed. There's a bunch of fart sounds coming from it because it's all pumped up. Oh, there's a fart sound. Cuba Gooding Jr. is like, hey, it wasn't me. Because, fart sounds and the bathroom smells like shit. And then at one point, Cuba Gooding Jr. opens the door and the toilet's bubbling with shit. And Cuba's making these faces. It's hilarious. It's fucking funny. It's funny, ain't it? Don't you see me laughing? This is my face. This is my happy face. Can't you tell this is my happy face? So what you have? You got the kids come in and you don't give a shit about these kids. One's a little kid who his trait is he pukes a lot. One's another little kid whose younger brother picks on him and he loves World of Warcraft and he tries to pick up a girl saying, you play World of Warcraft? And he fails at it. One is a bully that we're supposed to give a shit later on that he wets the bed. I don't give a fuck about you. You've acted 2 minutes later you start acting like a dickhead and a bully. So I don't give a fuck if you wet the bed. Go ahead, wet the bed on your head for all I care. Have the kids make fun of him for bedwetting. I don't give a shit. Annoying twat. No, it's not against the person who played him. It's the way the character is. Like, these kids are annoying and irritating. There's nothing likable about these kids. Eddie Murphy's son in the first film was likable and did a good job for a little kid. Nobody in here does. There's one guy who I guess he's supposed to be the I don't know if he's supposed to be the Steve Zahn character. He might have been like a different guy. I don't know. Who cares? I think he was supposed to be a different guy. I think he was a guy that worked with the camp before all this shit happened. It doesn't matter. He's teaching these kids how to tie knots. And he's like, circle around, loop over the Enterprise, double back through the Space Nebula. I'm like, fuck this guy with a telephone pole. And you get hijinks. They shoot arrows that all wrap around Cuba Gooding Jr. and they laugh. I'm like, yeah, we almost killed him with some bow and arrows and almost made him to a pincushion. Ain't that funny? We did attempted murder, but that's hilarious. Attempted murder's hilarious in this. The kids break into a snack bar. A kid has a skunk and it sprays all over the school bus windows that they came in. They arrived in, I'll say that. That's a better way to word it, considering this movie. And Monroe's camp, they come in and they pretty much assault all these people. They literally assault all of these kids and raise them. Technically, in this day and age, you could record that on the phone, and what you had to do was pop up a cell phone, record this, and be like, yeah, I got you for assault, buddy. You're going to jail, sucker. Thank you, fuck you. But no. I mean, we act like it's 1987, that no one has technology to record this group of people raiding us and assaulting us and beating us up and threatening us with arrows. Apparently in 2007 they didn't have any technology to record that or stop it or any of the sort. You think that you would like call a cop? Nah, we ain't gonna do that. So now Cuba Gooding Jr.'s like, I need help. I don't want to call my dad. My dad's a military guy, but I'm gonna call him anyway. And the military guy, who's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s dad, is Richard Gant. Probably one of the only decent things I could say about the film. Richard Gant is trying. If you don't know who that is, he's a guy who ate Jason's heart in Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday. He also played Duke, George Washington Duke, in Rocky V. Touch me and I'll sue. Sue me for what? So yeah, the guy who's the Don teen wannabe in Rocky V, and again he ate the heart in Jason Goes to Hell. He plays the like I said, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s dad. And he's trying. He's getting the kids on the steady, straight and narrow, trying to get them to do what they're supposed to do. Later on, him and Cuba Gooding Jr. have a heart-to-heart talk. And he says how he's proud of you, I'm proud for you for sticking up for yourself and having a family. And like, Richard Gant deserves better than this. I'll say that. He deserves a lot better than this. And like the rest of the movie, the montage of kids getting ready for the Olympics. Lines like when the Jeff Garlin wannabe, Cuba's buddy, tossed to the kid who's wet in his bed. He doesn't know this yet. He's like, oh, tell me what's going on. No, I don't want to. Hey, cross my whole... This line's so stupid. Cross my heart and hope to diet. Get it? Because instead of cross my heart and hope to die, he goes, cross my heart and hope to diet. Because get it? He's fat and he needs a diet. So he said, cross my heart and hope to diet. Instead of die, it's diet. And fuck this kid who's one of the best. He's a bully asshole. Who gives a shit about him? Other hijinks. Cuba Gooding Jr. was stupid enough to forget the marshmallows, so they're frying fruit instead of marshmallows. The boy who pukes goes into the camp director's tent, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s tent, and pukes. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s staying in the tent with the Jeff Garlin wannabe, who farts on him, so he leaves the tent. Screaming, mugging, overacting, annoying kids, lame potty jokes. Fred Savage, your director, everyone. And the finale, you know where it's going. Competition, they're losing, they find out that the bad guys are cheating, Richard Gant leaves, gets him come back. Major Payne even did that, but Major Payne is an actually funny movie. It's a hilarious movie. I'm just thinking of Major Payne now. Where it's like, did I give you permission to sneeze, Opie? Better shut up, I'll take your ass back to Mayberry. Bleep, bleep, bleep. You let the Pillsbury Doughboy touch your stomach, go, oh. I just, it made me want to rewatch Major Payne. Or it's fucking Ernest Goes to Camp, or Meatballs, or various other films. They either deal with competitions at the end with kids, or camp, or whatever. Was eating hot dogs, doing a tug of war, a person carrying an egg. I'm just thinking of the random competition. Someone's dealing with water balloons. They realize that one of the kids is blowing them up. So the bully, apparently he made a water balloon full of piss and threw it at someone's face. And of course they win the games. I guess more parents are going to send the kids to the camp. That's no foreclosure. Cuba Gooding Jr. now gets along with his dad. The son now likes Cuba Gooding Jr. The movie's over. Hip hip fucking hooray. Yay! Like I said, this is just a lazy, unfunny, uninspired, cliche-ridden, terrible jokes, lazy acting. Well, lazy's not the right word. The kids are annoying. Cuba Gooding Jr. is out of his element, and a bad script, and piss poor direction. Like, nothing in this showcases Fred Savage learned anything directing-wise. From all the years working as a child actor, you think he would there's no interesting shots. The music is the type of music you would see on a random kiddie TV movie, or made for Disney, I don't know, made for Nickelodeon, like whatever. Just a score. Even the score seemed lazy. Nothing inspired about this. And it just makes you go, Daddy Daycare did okay at the box office, but if you were not going to get Eddie Murphy, but even if Eddie Murphy was in this, it would not have mattered. It'd still be a piss poor script, lazy direction, boring jokes, and it doesn't even have much of the genuine sweetness that I thought the first film had. Like with Eddie Murphy and the kid. This didn't need to be a movie. There didn't need to be a sequel. Daddy Day Camp. Fred Savage, what the fuck, man? What the fuck are you doing directing bullshit like this? Whatever. Did he do this just so people like, hey, lay off The Wizard and lay off these movies I starred in, because this is way worse? Well, you're right. I would rather watch The Wizard and Little Monsters and vice versa. I'd rather watch those than this. So, I guess you succeeded, Fred Savage. There you go. Maybe that was his point. You succeeded. Later.